Alright, this is a video of me playing Veigar against Cassiopeia in the mid lane. My teammates are beginner bots. I've got Renekton in the top lane and Misfortune and Blitzcrank in the bottom lane, and I'm playing against all intermediate bots. The top lane opponent is Jax, and the bottom lane opponents are Kog'Maw and Leona. So we played a custom game, me, Henry, and Justin, where Justin had this matchup, and I was just curious about it because I don't actually know that much about Cassiopeia. So I wanted to try it myself, and I also wanted to practice my mage positioning for team fights because this team, specifically the Jax in the top lane and the Leona in the bottom lane, have a lot of gap closers, which means they have ways of getting close to me as a squishy and then locking me down, stunning me, and either like Jax can kill me himself because he brings damage, and then Leona can lock me up for a long time while the other carries kill me. So it's a difficult comp for team fights for the mage, especially if my frontliners, the Blitzcrank and the Renekton, aren't frontlining for me. So we're just going to go through the game and see how it goes. Right now I'm in lane trying to last hit. Last hitting with Veigar is hard and annoying because his auto attacks don't do very much damage. So as you can see, I have to back because I'm out of mana. So the first thing I buy is a Sapphire Crystal, and that combined with my first item, Doran's Ring, should help me sustain a little bit better in lane. I've also got some boots to help me dodge skill shots from Cassiopeia. So I'm bringing this down to 1x speed because I'm about to get the first kill here. I land the cage, throw out a W. I don't throw out the Q because the Q gets blocked by minions, so I'm saving my Q until I have a clear shot on her. It hits the first two targets, so if there's only one minion in the way, it's fine, but if there's two, then you miss it. So I throw another W, she gets some good poke on me. I'm backing up. I really want to still last hit these minions and get this guaranteed gold. If I focus too much on trading in lane against her without actually getting a kill or forcing her out of lane, I'm just leaving a lot of gold on the rift by not killing the minions. So here that was a nice Q where I was able to hit her and also kill the cannon minion. So that's the kind of Q I'm looking for. She gets some poke, I get the cage, Q, W, I just got my ultimate, hit her with the ultimate, and that's a kill for me. Later on, you'll see me read the tooltip for this ultimate, and what I noticed about it is that the ultimate does damage based on the enemy's missing health. So the ultimate is something you want to finish them off with, not open the fight with, and that's why I used it at the end there. So I teleport back to lane. I've now got a blasting rod, or blasting wand, which is giving me a lot more AP. Catch her in the cage, hit her with a QW combo. Still focusing on last hitting. Just want to get that guaranteed gold. I did enough damage to force her out of lane, so I'm going to push in on this tower, try to get a plate, get some more gold. As you can see now, thanks to the Sapphire Crystal and the Doran's Ring, I didn't have to use that much mana to do a bunch of damage to her. And part of that is also the Blasting Wand, because when you do more damage per ability, that means that you're using less mana per damage. So damage can also be a form of mana efficiency. I'm about to get another kill here. Still trying to get those minions, dodge your skill shots. We're at pretty similar health bars. Throw out the cage. I know that if I run away, she's going to charge forward. The AI is pretty predictable. Hit her with the full rotation, and she dies. I stay in lane because I've got vision on Jax and Kog'Maw in the top and bottom lanes, and so I know that no one's going to come kill me. Leona, if she came, can crowd control me, but doesn't actually do that much damage by herself, so I can walk away from her eventually. Out trading the Cassiopeia pretty effectively now, thanks to my gold lead, shoving the tower in so she misses this golden experience. Now I'm going to roam bottom to help my beginner bots. I come in, I see that Leona's low, she's going to be my target. I throw out the cage, she tries to come on to me, hit her with the stuff, finish her with the ultimate. This is pretty aggro here. I see that Kog'Maw doesn't have any mana, so I think that I can fight him. It doesn't go great, so I come back. I'm trying to come back to the tower. I get really low. Thankfully, the AI isn't super aggressive here. I decide to go ham, flash Q the Kog'Maw, but I forget about his passive, and I can't CC it with the cage, so I go down here in a pretty embarrassing way. But that happens sometimes, so it's all good. You know, if you'd never die, it wouldn't be fun. So I come back to lane, just opening up the score screen to check on the CS numbers. They're trying to double team me here, so now I'm staying pretty far back, really watching the Kog'Maw's positioning, but luckily I'm able to get a lot of poke onto the Cassiopeia so that the double team doesn't work, and I'm also able to get poke on the Kog'Maw. His range is actually longer than mine, so I have to be very careful of him. Here comes the Cassiopeia back. I know that Jax is top, and I know that Kog'Maw just had to go back because of low HP, so I'm not too afraid of standing pretty aggressively here and baiting her in, hitting her with the Q, dodging her skill shots, finishing her with the ultimate. Here comes Kog'Maw back. I'm low on mana and HP, so I'm being pretty careful here, zoning him. I'm not being too aggressive. I know that Jax is in the top lane, so he's not going to come kill me. I can see Leona in the bottom lane. He has some bad positioning. I get him with the cage, and this time I'm far enough away to dodge the passive. Don't die quite as badly. I back because I don't want to die to Cassiopeia. Finish up my Luden's Echo, which is really nice. It's going to give me a lot of AoE damage. Teleport back to lane to catch the wave. You can see there's two of them again. And yeah, she tries to run away. I land a W on her. The W is really nice because you can queue it up and then walk away. So here I throw it, like the W, it's on a delay, but it's like a nice kiting tool. He's going to get stunned here. I throw out the ultimate because there are too many minions in the way for the Q, and I'm worried about the delay on the W, so I just go ahead and use the ultimate in that situation. Again, I can see Jax is in the top lane, so I am able to push in a little bit. I want to go top to save this tower. It's getting pretty low. I use the blast cone to jump over a little bit more quickly. Jax can jump on me, so I'm a little scared of him. Once the Renekton comes in, I come back mid because I don't want the Kog'Maw to push on my tower. He's getting pretty aggressive. I land another kill on him. Then I'm going to rotate bot, use the blast cone to move a little bit quicker, CC the Cassiopeia. And I would really like to help my bot lane push right now because beginner bots are really bad at pushing objectives. But I'm low on mana and I have a bunch of gold to spend, so I decided not to do that. I'm not thinking too hard about my items. I'm really just buying what's on the recommended page in order, essentially. Like there is certainly a better build for Veigar, but I wanted to not think too much about the items and focus on just like clean play. I rotate here to the bot lane to help the Blitzcrank. Whenever the bots are doing something proactive, I'm trying to be with them just because it is getting to the point in the game where I can get caught out and die. So you can see my positioning here. I'm going to slow down a little bit. Like I'm letting Miss Fortune and Blitzcrank stand in front of me so that they get hit with the Leona CC, and then I can hit her from the back line because I really don't want to get hit with that first piece of CC. It's pretty devastating. I know Kog'Maw's in the middle lane. I'm looking very carefully for the Jax. Once I see the Jax, you can see I get behind the Blitzcrank, throwing out the cage in front of me. But I'm just low on mana, so I back. My bots die, unfortunately, or the Renekton dies. Rotate mid to stop this Kog'Maw push. I don't want to lose buildings and land a nice little kill on the Kog'Maw. I see the Leona running through the jungle here, catch her in the cage. Easy kill. Pushing the tower here because I can see the Cassiopeia and the Jax are bot. Once the Kog'Maw respawns, I'm a little bit more careful. You can see my positioning here. A little aggressive. I made a mistake. I didn't realize the Cassiopeia would come from that angle. Luckily, I'm able to throw out the cage and disengage. You can see how far away I walk here. Like, I really don't want to get hit with that Leona CC. So until she turns her attention back to the minions, I walk really far away because Jax could be anywhere. He could be just outside the fog of war, and I really don't want him to jump on top of me. Once I get both of them in the CC, I re-engage, blitz land some nice CC on the Kog'Maw, and we're able to clean up the Leona. Again, I'm actually looking at the minimap right now, and I see that Jax is bottom. So yes, Cassiopeia could show up, but that's only one champion. Leona doesn't do damage by herself, so even on kind of low mana, I'm not too worried. But look, like once this Cassiopeia shows up and kills the Blitzcrank bot, I'm out of there. I don't have mana. I'm super strong, but there's just no reason to fight there. Pick up another item, my Renekton bot. I want to save him. Turn this into a 2v2, so I teleport in. Again, just like anytime my bots are being remotely proactive, trying to support them in that, just because it is so hard for me to solo push objectives. So we got the Blitzcrank here. We're pushing on this inhibitor turret. Look, yeah, see, I'm standing really far back, but the Leona ult range is long, so she hits me with it, slows me. I think she hits me with the Ignite, it kills me. So even though I was trying to be pretty safe there, I mean, like that Leona ult range is just very long when she throws out the the 2 circles on the ground, and even if you're at the edge of it, you still get stunned. Or you get slowed. If you're at the center, you get stunned. If you're at the edge, you get slowed. So I'm dead. Renekton bot is dead. And here's another team fight where a lot of their abilities have been used already. So I feel comfortable stepping up a little bit and landing that kill on the Jax. Then once the Kog'Maw is alone, he's a nice squishy target that I can burst down. But not knowing where the Cassiopeia is, I don't want to step to him too much, and I also want to clear the wave. Rotate bot. Know the Leona is alone because Jax and Kog'Maw are dead, and I just saw the Cassiopeia in the middle lane. So again, when Leona's by herself, yes, she's annoying because she can stun you, but she doesn't really do damage. So anytime you're sure the Leona is alone, you can pretty much fight her unless you're really behind. Trying to support the Misfortune bot here, just barely save her. We're going to get this inhibitor now. I'm going to take this blue buff right here because it helps casters. My Blitzcrank dies, but yeah, I'm out of there. Standing behind the Renekton, I really want Jax and Leona to jump on the Renekton, so I throw out my CC. Once they jump on top of him, I'm throwing out my abilities, hit Jax, but they're following up 3. I could definitely not 1v3 them, so I'm running for the hills, using the cage as heal. Once I see them get stunned by it, I throw out the damage, get a double kill. So that's kind of how I'm looking to kite as a mage, is to get out of their range, wait till my CC comes back up, and then use my CC to stop them from killing me and hold them in place for my damage. I'm pushing the top tower here, but as soon as any of them show, I'm backing up. I saw 2 in the mid lane, so I went back in a little bit. It was a little aggressive. It could have been dangerous, but I see the Kog'Maw in the middle lane, the Jax in the bot lane, so I'm pushing in here. If the Leona and the cast show up, I'm confident that I can at least keep myself safe, even if I can't fight them. So you see, once they both show up, I'm backing up. They're getting distracted by my bots, so I push the inhibitor. I kill the Cassiopeia. When it's just the Cassiopeia and the Leona, I can win a fight, especially if I catch them from behind like that. But then once anyone else shows up, I'm out of there. Really don't want to die at this point. The death timers are long, and I'm definitely, obviously carrying the team. So if I'm dead, we're just not going to get any objectives, and the base could be in rough shape. I see the Renekton mid, but he dies alone. I don't have teleport up, so I can't help him. So I'm just clearing the waves, just trying to keep the base alive. Rotating mid, killing some jungle minions to get some more gold. I'm pushing out here because I can see that there are 3 bots in the top lane, and I've got my Renekton friend to help. He's just standing here. I don't know why. Renekton isn't very smart. So I rotate to try to help the Leona, but she dies. So now I'm back with a stupid Renekton bot. He does distract the Kog'Maw, so I'm able to pick up a kill. I see Jax in the top lane, and Leona isn't quite in the right position to help Cassiopeia, so they trickle in, and I fight them 1v1 in sequence when they really wanted to fight me at the same time. You can see, back there, Jax came on, and I just ran away. Don't want to fight him in that situation. I'm pushing up this lane. I can see Kog'Maw in the top lane. There's a fight that breaks out. I teleport top. Want to support my bots and push with them. The top inhibitor is up, so I'd really like to push this. 2 of them are dead. Jax is up and Kog'Maw is up, but Kog'Maw was just pushing mid, I believe. Yeah. So the Jax is here. Kog'Maw finally backs, but I kill the Jax. Now 3 of them are up, so I'm out of there. Trying to help heal for the Blitz, but he dies. Once they focus on the Misfortune, I go back and pick up a few more kills. Rotate mid. Remember, Leona by herself isn't really a threat, so I get a kill on her too. Now 3 of them are dead. Just watching what's happening here. I move up. Misfortune's there. I'm hoping I can save her from the Jax, but she's dead. I'm staying very far away, throwing up my poke. Since I can't do much in those other 2 lanes, I push the bot lane. I can see Kog'Maw in the top lane and Jax in the middle lane with Cassiopeia. She comes back. Leona's a little out of position, so I am able to do a lot of damage to the cast, but Leona does get on top of me with a bunch of stuff, trying to peel her off. But eventually I die. Jax is pushing in. I'm very nervous about losing this mid tower right here. He does get it. Renekton bot tries to fight him. Is not super effective. Here I come, just trying to save this inhibitor. Renekton bot is down. Blitz bot is down. Being careful here, but I do kind of know where they are because I've been checking the mini-map. I sneak up and Cog in the jungle and get a kill. I push in. I know the Cog is dead. But I am being careful here because the Jax is a threat. I see him in the mid lane. I see Blitz moving up. I want to be with my Blitz because I want him to eat some CC and distract them so that I can do all the damage. They killed the Blitz by himself because I'm trying to bring the wave up, but as the Jax chases me, I kill him. They kill the Misfortune without me really being able to help. I blast cone and go back to base because I'm worried about them three-person pushing against me. So I clear the top wave. Here comes the Leona and the cast to push mid. I'm standing far back, peeling. Here comes the Renekton. The Leona comes in towards me. They kill the Renekton. I'm being very defensive here. I'm okay losing the inhibitor because I really don't want to die. If I die, it doesn't matter if I was trying to protect the inhibitor because they're just going to take the game. Luckily, the Misfortune, the Blitz come back up and they have to go back. Now we're all pushing together. There's a team fight. I teleport in. I really want to fight with my bots so I don't have to try to 1v3. The Leona is stunned. She's not the best target because she doesn't really do damage. Really, you want to kill damage dealers first, but when they have that much CC on the team, you just sometimes have to take whatever target you can find. I see Jax in the top lane. Kog'Maw and Leona are dead. That means I know this is a 1v1 versus Cassiopeia, at least for a little while. Hit a bunch of poke on her, kill her. Now Jax is the only one alive. He is very scary. I'm worried about him. You can see that I'm trying to zone him, that I'm staying far back, but I'm able to get poke on him, ace them, and win.